There it is.
Timing's a little off today.
It's the production crew. You know what happened? The problem is the tariffs just went into effect. Actually, that's
That's Trump's fault, man.
that's what I'm saying. I hate,
Jesus.
I'm a big MAGA guy. I hate to point the finger at a time like this, but the tariffs come into play. All of a sudden, my mouse buttons aren't clicking. I'm noticing a trend here.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, man. Well, we're here.
I love the I wish I could get the clip. The pod safe fags.
Oh yeah.
They're like the economy is not doing good. It's just a stunt. It's a little trick he played. It's just a little trick he played where he threatened people with tariffs. So then people started importing less, and that raised the GDP. And I was like, trick. I think that was the goal.
Yeah. Wait.
Did you just admit?
So it worked. That's what you're trying to say to us. Yeah.
Well, no, Frank, because the consequences are coming.
Right.
We haven't hit the dark days yet.
No, we're hitting the tariffs right now, if I'm not mistaken. Right? And everybody's agreeing to... There's some places where we're getting the 30-something%. They're claiming we're going to get $2 trillion in revenue from this, to the point where we're going to get maybe some stimulus checks equaling...
We'll never get a stimulus check.
Keep the check, please. Enough
debt.
checks, dude. We've had enough. We've had enough
lower
checks.
my taxes.
Yes.
Please.
Can you get rid of the abortion tax that we have here in Colorado for us, please? Just cut
How
some
about
of the
whatever you're
stupid
spending
tax.
on immigrants, you take that off my taxes. Come on. Just get that off my taxes.
Can you declare a no more stupid tax, and we get rid of all the stupid tax that we have to deal with on the state levels and all these other blue states, right?
Yes. Well, what's funny is with these tariffs, well, never mind.
You're down with the tariffs.
I
I'm
don't
down
know.
with them.
I'm not smart enough to know whether I'm down or not down. You know what I mean?
I like the idea that, we'll bring some stuff back to America. Maybe that's what'll happen. Maybe there'll be less demand on that poor Apple facility in China where they have to set up the nets to catch all the people committing suicide because they're making so many iPhones at, the level that we demand. Bring some of that action back over here. The tariff thing, man, I don't know what it is either, which is so funny. We talk about this with Trump all the time, especially 4 years ago, which is the dude's a market man. He's all about the markets, dude. And Trump tweets something on the toilet, something about Xi Jinping, stocks plummet. Then he says, no, me and Xi, we're buddies. We're going to make a deal. Tariffs, we're going to all agree on this. And then all of a sudden the markets go back up. Bitcoin goes through the roof. Everybody's excited, right? And it kind of just goes on this round and round and round kind of loop, man, back and forth. And
what kills me, though, is the whole taco thing. It's like, in one breath, they're like, Trump's tacoing on everything. Trump always chickens out. These tariffs, he's chickening out. He gave him another 90 days because he's taco Trump. And then in the next breath, they're like, oh, these tariffs are the worst things in the world. How could he even think about imposing these tariffs? If he imposes these tariffs, it's going to ruin. We're going to spiral into a black winter.
Dude, it wasn't until this second right now when you said Taco Trump that I remembered their attempt at the Taco Trump meme.
Oh, they're still trying, dude. They're still
no
trying.
Way. Really?
Oh,
There's no way, bro.
They love it. They love saying the Taco Trump.
I haven't heard this at all on any level. That's so funny.
You gotta start listening to Pod Save America, man.
Wow.
You need more left-wing media.
My exposure is a bit low these days. I've been too wrapped up in the manosphere. I think that's my problem. I'm getting manosphered out over here. I still don't know if that's homosexual or not. I'm trying to figure out,
it sounds gay. It came from the left. I'm assuming it's gay.
Whatever Harry Sisson is in, I don't want to be a part of that manosphere. You know what I'm saying? There's something, you know this guy, the Harry Sisson? No. You don't know this dude? Come on, man. He's all over. The
Harry
left.
Sisson.
He's the left manosphere. You're not familiar with this guy, huh?
I'm not in any manosphere, left or right.
Oh man,
I
you're
like to
missing.
stay away from manospheres.
You're missing out. No, he did this video. Look, you don't know this guy? Come on.
No.
You're not familiar, huh? All right, all right. I thought you knew this fella. He's all over the place. He did a really exciting video. Him and Don Lemon, they were walking to the beat of some hip tune. And you don't remember that at all?
No, I don't know.
Oh, you're disappointing me here, man.
Sorry,
Oh my
man.
god.
I forgot about the Sisson.
Is it Sisson? Sisson?
I mean, that's why it's Don Lemon and this guy. I mean,
well, and then this dude did another thing with yeah, you never saw this, man. Come on.
yeah.
They did a promo piece to like, I don't know. They're both okay. So Harry Sisson, he's you know, he's on the. Oh man, Mike, you went redline. I told you. I felt it the whole time. I lost you. I knew this would happen. It was inevitable. We said something about Bill Gates last episode, I want to say. I think that's what happened.
I get it. Man, look at these two fags just walking.
That's why they cut you off there. I think that's actually.
They were waiting for it.
You never saw these guys, man? They were
Frank, I can't understand why they're not attracting young men.
No!
Why is the left having a hard time bringing young men into their coalition?
Well, this young fella, this hairy young man, he's partnering up with Don Lemon and all these other fellas on the left. They're he did something recent with Pete Buttigieg as well.
The other manly.
That's right. Yeah, very straight, very
I love
manly.
how he's got a beard now. Like,
yes.
Now I'm Pete with a beard, so I'm more manly.
Right.
Men.
He's appealing to the manosphere. Right.
Doesn't matter what your facial hair looks like when you're going home to your husband after the interview.
You're right. You know, it doesn't matter what kind of manosphere you're trying to tap into there, Pete Buttigieg. You took off 2 months into your tenure as transportation secretary to breastfeed your adopted children. So that eliminates
time,
you.
They blew up some biological weapon over East Palestine, Ohio. Don't forget the black cloud.
They're still apologizing and cutting checks for that for that situation.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, Pete, a lot of men weren't into you, not because of the facial hair. It was more the husband at home. That's just how it is.
Oh man, but they're trying desperately to tap into the manosphere, and this is one of my favorite things right now because they're definitely not figuring out. They have people on MSNBC. Have you been checking out their new podcasts that they're doing? Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, man. They have Chris Hayes and the other chick nobody knows the name of. They're all doing these podcasts on the side. The View, which. We didn't even cover it, but last week, for the first time in the history of The View, they announced they were going on hiatus. They've never gone on hiatus before. Yeah, that's right, man.
They're in trouble.
Oh, they're going the way of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, right?
Yeah. Who's watching that show?
Nobody, man.
It's just people trying to clip their show to make fun of it.
Exactly. Yeah. And so they're doing on The View, though. I see it all the time on the social webs. They got the ladies of The View that do their own View podcast. Have you not seen these? They put they put the headphones on. They got the microphone, and they have The View behind them. It's like the set behind. Way. Dude, yes, the View does this. MSNBC's been doing this. I'm almost certain CNN is getting down now with the whole. We gotta tap into this manosphere of some sort. We don't know what it is. We can't figure out men out there, so we're going to call it manosphere and attempt to crash into it, right?
I don't know. That's terrible.
Well,
it wasn't like we didn't like your show because it wasn't on podcast format. It's
right.
The bullshit you're spewing.
I haven't been watching The Daily Show. Have you been watching it?
So sometimes I'll check it out when it's Jon Stewart's and or Rodney Chang.
All right, right on. Pretty
They should have
funny.
just given it to Rodney Chang.
Yeah, he's a funny dude.
Really,
Absolutely. Yeah, I like him better than the
any of them.
The angry. They got the one angry white guy, Jordan Kepler.
What is going on with that guy? Dude?
He used to be funny, but then he took the TDS pill, and now he's the angriest man alive.
Now he's just another woman on the left. Like, what
He's
is going on?
He's basically a chick on The View. That he's become one of the ladies of The View.
He's even getting the hairstyle. It's like slowly started looking a little Barbara Walters over there, dude.
He starts going to the same barber as Whoopi Goldberg, right? They get the same dreadlocks, the side shaves.
I kind of want less here.
I want to be like a warlock, like something, you ever seen the movie The Predator? I want to look like the Predator.
Please.
Get me down that angle. So the Daily Show, though, I haven't been really like tuning into them, and I guess they're doing this new thing, like they're kind of documentaries, they're mini documentaries they're doing for YouTube. Have you checked any of these out? I didn't know they were doing this. They're called what are they called? They have like some sort of goofy name for them, but they're basically mockumentaries where they take a figure that is predominantly on the right and they mock this person, but they do it in a serious tone, and it's supposed to be ironic and hilarious, and they chose Joe Rogan as their newest topic for this whole...
Yeah.
Did I send that clip to you? Did you watch any of it?
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Shockingly not funny, which is really what got me. Because it's hard to make fun of Joe Rogan the way they're trying to make fun of him. They're trying to paint him as this like MAGA right-wing manosphere.
Like a moron. They try to make him seem like this moron who... Like,
yes.
I don't know.
I got
hard to argue that he's not like a smart guy with a good work ethic. Like, at the very least, can we just appreciate that he's a pretty smart guy with a good work ethic? Like, is it...
Yeah, man. Well, first of all, I encourage everyone to check out this Daily Show mini documentary they put out there on Joe Rogan, and how it's 7 minutes long, and they paint Joe Rogan... they attempt to paint him as this idiot... who's pushing this moronic philosophy on dudes across the world. But in reality, it's actually a very impressive kind of documentary about Joe Rogan and how he really was just kind of a comic, kind of landed on some luck, and then decided, oh, this kind of podcast thing is kind of a cool idea. I'm going to roll with this. And he turned it into an empire, and he's very successful, and he's worldwide, internationally well-known.
To be fair, he's not even top 100. I don't know if you saw that list.
But here's the kind of dual world, the duality that they try to paint with these figures like Trump, but similarly with Joe Rogan. Okay, you now dedicated a 7-minute mini mockumentary mocking Joe Rogan and his intellect, but at the same time, you're going to subscribe to the idea that he single-handedly swung the 2024 election. Right. So, like, this caveman moron is so powerful that he swung the 2024...
Well, he was able to convince the other cavemen moron.
That's I know, but doesn't that take some intelligence and some effort and some hard
he's
work?
The smartest of the cavemen.
To be an ape, to be this retarded ape that you claim, but to also reach like hundreds of millions of people every single day.
More views every episode than the Daily
for a year. Like, combine the entire Daily Show for a year viewership. No way you even match like a single episode of this guy.
Of like him and his 4 comic buddies. That's what I'm saying. Drinking and getting fucked up.
He's got Shane Gillis on. They're smoking doobies and ripping Jack Daniels and like making fart jokes.
$120 million.
And then, so is he that dumb though? Is my point. Like, is he really this moronic? Is this guy really such a caveman, knuckle dragger, idiot, buffoon as you try to paint him? And also, dude, you're doing the same thing you did with Trump and the MAGA crowd. When you say the guy that is the spokesperson for this group of people, when you call him Hitler or a Nazi, you're calling his followers also Nazis. You're calling these people that are followers of Joe Rogan knuckle-dragging cavemen morons. Do you not understand? You're insulting these people, right?
The Daily Show, it gets about 487,000 views.
What?
1,000.
Yes, I knew it.
Wow.
I knew it. So they get nobody.
190 in the 18 to 49.
That's nobody, man.
That's terrible.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So nobody's tuning in.
No.
That's what's going on. I saw something.
They are listening to Joe Rogan. Are you
Right.
going to play the clip of it?
I do have the clip. Yeah, do you want to get down on it?
Yeah.
All right, I got the clip. We'll get the clip going in there, and then we'll follow through.
That a man may speak forever without knowing things, as long as he has a podcast.
It really is different, than television.
This is way better. We need to figure out how you make money.
And so they're showing right now, they're kicking this off. This is midway through the whole thing, but this is where Joe Rogan actually conceived the Joe Rogan experience. He did a program that Tom Green was doing on the internet randomly.
2007. What a different time.
Yeah, man. It's crazy to look at this. And so this is the moment where Joe Rogan came up with the manosphere.
And so he did.
We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for tuning into the podcast. We are sponsored by the Fleshlights. This is the butthole version of the Fleshlight.
He knew that like a butthole fleshlight, the only way out is through. As he transformed this new medium, Rogan began to transform himself physically.
Cardio, probiotics,
Right there.
yoga.
Just look at the evolution of the podcast. He was like, we got to figure out how to make money on this. Then they show Joe started on his couch in his living room.
Yes.
And then evolves into this warehouse.
Yes.
Like, dude, that's a success. Are you guys trying to make fun of him?
They are literally trying to make. That's why I love this. They're mocking Joe Rogan right now, and then also they cut to him like personally, which I think is kind of uncalled for, honestly. But they're gonna dig on this guy personally. He's in fantastic shape.
know.
Like this guy's so healthy.
Frank, he's an asshole. He got into supplements and working
Yes,
out.
exactly. He eats healthy, eats raw meat.
Who does he think he is?
No, I can't get over this. This is like a hit piece. They're making fun of this guy. He's like in fantastic shape for his age. Like he's got exceptional energy. He does jujitsu. He hunts. He does this podcast that he started out of nothing from his living room. Like this guy's what a success story, man. This
What
is the
a
American
success.
dream, dude.
Yes.
I want to remind everyone they're mocking him. This
They're
is
mocking
them
him.
making
And
fun
then
of
they're
this
not
guy.
even tapping into the fact that not only did he have the success, he's brought all these people with him.
Yes.
And like helped other people become successful.
He moved to Texas, created the mothership down
Yeah,
there. Like
look
he
at
created
Austin
his
now.
own comedy club. Like this guy is such a success story, and that's the American dream, in my opinion.
Yeah, the ultimate success.
And Daily Show's like, look at this jackass retard.
What?
Let's make fun of him for 7 minutes. It's
He voted
unbelievable.
for Trump.
He does.
What an asshole.
He does yoga. This guy's a loser. Like they're like really like I can't. Honestly,
Must
for
be
me,
gay.
what we're about to head into the health part, the fact that it's the same thing with the anti-RFK movement we're seeing in America right now. Like, oh, this guy's insane. He had a worm in his brain from eating too much sushi. He wants to take the fluoride out of the water and end chemtrails and get the dyes, the petroleum dyes out of your kids' gummy bears.
And the mercury out of your kids' vaccines that have been stored in our brains for 27 years.
Let's make fun of the guy on every late night talk show we can think of. You know what I mean? Like, it's so crazy. We live in this world right now where simply because these dudes voted against the machine, we're going to destroy them socially and publicly, even though they're probably the healthiest people we know in the public sphere. It's totally
They should
insane.
be role models to the rest of the country.
Look at the still we have of Joe Rogan right now. Like, all kids should be aspiring to, like,
Yes.
stretch. Just do some stretching, man.
How many 55-year-olds you know that can barely walk upstairs?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This guy he's a beacon of health, and Daily Show, let's shit on this guy for 7 minutes. Like, look at this dude, man.
Terrible.
Intermittent fasting,
3 cans of sardines, and
kimchi and game meat,
testosterone replacement therapy, hormone replacement therapy,
vitamin D, vitamin K.
He is in incredible shape, dude. Like, I can't believe they're making fun of him here, man. Come on. I hope I'm as physically fit as this guy at his age, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
Fish oil, take creatine, juju juices you up like a pig. Boom!
Having reached his
Who at age 55 can do that move right there?
Yeah, no. I don't think I could do it right now at 37.
evolved form, Rogan began his true life's project of absorbing the collected wisdom of the world's greatest wise men. And every now and then a woman.
Thanks for the invite.
In this new Athenium, there was nothing that couldn't be said.
You know, the idea that Jewish people are not into money is ridiculous.
Okay, that sounds bad, but surely he hasn't said anything worse. By the middle of the 21st century's second decade, this very, very high priest had achieved a level of enlightenment that transcended reality altogether.
That Tower 7, why does that collapse like that? January 6th, the intelligence agencies were involved. Raw milk, it's normal and healthy. Eyewitness accounts of Hitler in South America. Actual microchips being injected into your arm.
At last,
They're making fun of him, and everything he said right there has actually turned out to be true.
Probably true.
That's
I was
what's
gonna
so
say-
crazy, dude.
Now they've uncovered, they declassified the fact that Hitler was in South America.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How far are we from when they declassified, say, actually, here's what happened to Building 7, all right? And you know,
That'll never happen.
no,
Not in
you
our
don't-
lifetime.
No, you don't think so? All right.
Nah, not in our lifetime.
It'll come out at the same time as the actual data from the Pfizer vaccines for
yeah.
COVID, right? Same year they'll get released. Yeah.
When you find out what's really in the shot.
Right, man. So, yeah, I just love that hit piece, dude. I thought that was so spectacular. The left obsessed with the manosphere and tapping into why they can't have their own Joe Rogan, even though, just look at everything they showed in that clip. Like, that used to be leftists, man. That used to be who people were on, you know, the people on the left. They were farmers market, raw milk drinking, yoga doing, stretching, workout people.
Anti-vaxxers.
Anti-vaxxers.
Used to be
yes.
extreme left.
Yeah,
That
man.
used to be the most extreme left group.
So
The hippies.
I find this to be a beautiful looking glass moment for everyone. Look how far we've gone after the pandemic. The Daily Show doing a hit piece on Joe Rogan, and everything they showed in that montage was everything the left was all about. Like 5 seconds ago, dude, they were into that stuff. Now, whole different world, right? Awesome.
Yeah, I don't get the hate on the raw milk. That one is really weird.
Well, the machine doesn't want you healthy, and the machine, legacy media, it's all owned by big pharma and the industrial complexes, whatever they are. I personally think big pharma, military, intelligence, industrial complexes all kind of mixed together now at this point. And they need us enslaved in a way where we don't know we're slaves, right? We need to be catatonic, zombie-like creatures. We're, you know, essentially just zoned out on the drugs and the sugars, the high fructose. Like, no, you don't want natural cane sugar in your Diet Coke, Mike. You want the high fructose with the arsenic. Come on.
That is blowing my
that's
mind
what
now.
you want, man.
Dude, they're literally like these guys on like what podcast? I forgot what podcast I was listening to. It might have been Jon Stewart's, where he brought on a scientist to explain the difference between high fructose corn syrup and sugar.
Yes.
And his whole thing was how sugar is actually worse for you
No,
because
NPR,
it's more calories.
Bro, NPR did a whole piece on it. Oh, they dedicated an entire, it was like a 5-minute radio segment on how health officials are concerned about RFK and Trump's push to bring cane sugar into the soda mix because people won't know how to regulate their consumption of the soda and won't realize they're getting more sugar with the natural sugar. And so we'll have an explosion of diabetes. That's what they're claiming. Right.
I don't know. It seems like before we had the high fructose corn syrup, there was a lot less diabetes.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? So,
dude, I swear, just look at pictures from the beach, 1977. Check
Yeah.
out
Even the 80s.
but I love the 70s because it's just shocking how thin everybody is. I mean, thinness was in. It was what everybody was. When we grew up, you comically had the fat kid in every movie.
Yeah, right.
Like the Goonies, there was the fat kid. There was always like one fat kid. In the movie Hook, you had the Lost Boys and the one fat dude who was the roly-poly guy that they rolled down. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had the one fat guy, right? It was always just the one fat...
Bangarang.
Rufio, absolutely, man. You always had you got your token fat guy, man. We grew up where the movie Heavyweights was hilarious because it was uncommon to have a bunch of fat people congregated in one area.
Right.
You know, you get the movie Heavyweights, by the way, a weird gem from the early 90s with Ben Stiller. Dude, Heavyweights is a classic, man. It's a fat camp for fat kids to go to, and then they eventually take it over, and it's run by Ben Stiller, who's like a health nut job, but then... his character in that movie, if I'm not mistaken, kind of bleeds into his character a little bit in Dodgeball, where he's very similar, and you know, like a guy who's fat and then loses the weight. So very similar character. I've never connected that until this moment, actually. But point being is, you won't get a Heavyweights kind of movie now out of Disney or anything because every kid should be going to a fat camp at this point. Like all the school itself should just be a fat camp where we're teaching kids not to be fat.
Even the ones that aren't fat, they got no muscle.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
They all look like me. It's just small versions of me running around.
From Colorado. Like, what's going on here?
All these kids. I'm like, do you drive a Subaru too, my little man? Is that what's going
on? Heavyweights. I gotta check it out.
Old school. I saw that in the theater. I distinctly remember.
But the corn syrup thing, it's just it's literally just because somebody in Trump's administration is like, hey, this isn't that good for you. So now they love it.
Yes.
It should be in everything. It's better than sugar. I don't know. You just same thing with the beef tallow. They're saying that the beef tallow is more calories, so it's bad. I don't know, like more healthy calories. Not necessarily. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely, man. They always go against Trump on everything, but the Maha stuff is mind-blowing. I personally think it's the most obvious TDS that you could get exposed to, only because he's just proposing healthier living.
Yeah, that's it.
It's the best I got you in this whole movement currently. Because it's the only way we can definitively say, like, look, you guys have this syndrome where anything Trump says, you're automatically against it. I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. We want to take poison out of water. and then you're like, no, we're putting more poison in the water. Like,
talking about fluoride? Are you talking about the commercial byproduct?
Yeah. Like, do you see what I'm saying here, man? Like, hey, I got you. I got another one for you. We're gonna take petroleum dyes out of the candies your kid eat. Oh, we're gonna double down.
Petroleum dyes.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
How is my kid gonna enjoy a Skittles if it's not petroleum red?
Dude, the Skittles is the craziest, man.
Okay, yeah, I know. They cause cancer.
No, we're keeping them in there. In fact, we're increasing the load. That's what we're doing.
The best part is not like, no, now you're going to have white Skittles. It's like, no, just instead of this petroleum byproduct, we're going to have them use like beet juice. No. I don't want my kid eating I want my kid to have the petroleum byproduct. And I want the vaccine with mercury in it.
Yes.
His brain. It's better if they're autistic, Frank. I don't know if you saw the lefties on X. Autism is awesome. It's amazing. These kids are they're extraordinary.
No, shut up, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. You got the guy who's like post his kid who's literally like drooling, can't talk, can't do anything, barely understand what you're saying, but he can play the piano, Frank.
Wow.
He's so beautiful.
Idiot savant. Excellent.
It's a beautiful mind. So give your kid MMR vaccine. And you too.
Just remember, folks, protect your kid from hepatitis, and he too could be a brain dead retard when he's a grown adult, right? That's perfect. You'll be wiping his ass when he's 45 years old. It'll be wonderful.
You don't want your kid to be ordinary. You want him to be extraordinary. Give him Pfizer. Protect him from COVID.
Do we now see, though, the kind of psyop that occurred there for several decades, maybe right when we were leaving the school system, but they started really rewarding like commonplace mediocrity or second place finishing, or
you gotta look up the new grading scale. I think it was in California.
But maybe that was kind of, they knew maybe, okay, we're making these kids basically retarded at this point. When we were given the vaccines, it was 1 in 10,000, 1 in 1,000. I can't remember the exact statistic for the autism spectrum. But then now it's 1 in 30. So, at some point they're like, well, we got a problem here, so we got to start rewarding idiots for doing nothing, actually. You know what I mean? We got to start really supporting people for not actually achieving much.
So now a 40% on a test, that's a C.
Exactly.
We're going to make that a C.
You have to, because you have no other achievers, actually.
Could be.
If you're pumping every kid, 100% of the kids entering the school system at some point are fully vaxxed up on all this nonsense with all this aluminum and stuff frying their brains, right? So you got to lower the standards. At some point, the standards have to be lowered to make up for what's coming through.
Did you see that thing about the IQ test? This is going to sound racist.
Oh, man.
This is not me saying it. This
okay,
is just
all right.
statistics.
Stats. I love it. This is math.
Pure stats and history here.
All right. Oh, no. I'm always excited when you preface something with like this.
A little bit.
Might be a little racist. All right, yeah,
It'll
nice,
be rough,
man.
but we'll get through these waters.
I love it.
Choppy.
Okay, excellent.
But apparently, when they first set up like the IQ and everything, up until like the 80s or something like that, it was like if you had less than an IQ of 75, you were like retarded.
Wow. All right.
But then they had to lower it. Because
no, yeah, I love it.
Because too many people were retarded.
Wow.
And
yes.
The black community would have been considered like 70 to 80% retarded.
Wow. I didn't see you coming at with. All right, now
that was why they had to lower it.
I believe I'm certified moronic on some level.
Yeah.
I don't think I certify in the intelligence kind of quadrant. So I'm probably leaning more retard as well. I could only presume.
You're closer to retard than Einstein.
Well, yes,
Definitely.
because I want to tell you what, I played football in high school. I have a lot of CTE going on. The brain damage is pretty thorough at this point. Plus, you add in the decades of pot smoking, especially the pot these days. I'm smoking, through the roof percentages of THC. So my brain is essentially melted to nothing at this point. Right? So I'm sure I align with some of these retard brethren that are of the
you're probably
darker
still
pigment.
around 100.
Okay, all right, nice. I'll take that.
Probably
Thanks.
still
That's a
around
good,
100.
that's the best compliment I've gotten from you in about 10 years, actually. I appreciate that one. That's very nice.
We're all around 100. 100's the average.
Oh, all right. I'll take that. Excellent. I was assuming below average. I mean, I've had quite a few knocks to the noggin, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but have you seen...
Right.
You don't think you're smarter or as smart as half the country?
I think I'm smarter than the average bear. You know what I'm saying there?
That right there just lowered you.
That's what I'm saying.
You might be onto something.
Come on, boo-boo. I'm smarter than the average bear over here.
Give me a 90.
Give me a tree to scratch my back on over here. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but apparently they had to lower it. Now it's 70.
All right. Lowering the standards. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. We're in idiocracy then. That is full-on idiocracy. Everyone's jerking off to porn, and we're lowering the standards because too many of us are qualifying as retards, technically, so we have to lower the score. So less...
Change the definition of retard.
So just so that way more of us can be allowed to drive. I think that's why they did it. So we can issue more driver's license.
That's why there's so many retards on the road.
And that's why traffic sucks.
Right. We just nailed it.
We just nailed it. We lowered the score for assigning retardation. Therefore, we have more retarded drivers during rush hour.
That should be part of the test when you go get your license. The IQ test. If you're below 80, you shouldn't be on the road. But then we lose all our truck drivers.
Yeah, we'd have a hard time with that situation. Well, no, I actually think the truck driver's probably smart, just not English speaking. So you eliminate the need to speak English.
A lot of Eastern Europeans.
Do an IQ test in Spanish, right?
I don't think there's a lot of Spaniards.
All right, no Spanish.
In the truck driving industry?
Hispaniola.
Truck driving's more of a European.
Is that really where we're getting the truck drivers? Really?
Well,
I thought we were getting a lot of Hispanics
now.
Too. Yeah.
No, not driving trucks. No.
Yeah, I feel like the Hispanics have pretty much taken overall the blue collar.
Nah, they're good in the trades. Why would you drive a truck when you could do cement?
You're right. Now that I think about it, truck driving's kind of like fat, bearded, hairy white guy. I think that's kind of it's a white guy kind of gig.
Dumb, but you got to be a special kind of.
I think I just specified fat, hairy, bearded. I think that was my focus. The
They're
beard,
also fat. And then the skinny ones don't speak English.
Right, those are your Middle Eastern and Indian. Maybe not Indian. Indians are more. They own all the stores and restaurants now.
When I where I used to park my landscaping trailer. They had semi-parking, right? And there was it was like 3 brothers from Ukraine.
All right.
They bought a semi-truck together, like a used semi-truck. And that's where they parked it, was in this lot. And then they took turns 4 months out of the year. They would come, work for 4 months, and make enough money to live back home.
That's awesome, man.
They would live in the truck while they were here.
The Mexicans we worked with in landscaping back in the 90s did the same thing, man. They'd head back to Mexico in the wintertime, right?
Yeah.
Soak up the sun, work on their tan. A lot less chemtrails down in Mexico, from what I understand. So, they had a good time with the sun soaking down there, and then they come back up and work in the summer months here, right?
Yeah, that's rough.
Well, speaking of retardation, Mike, you and I have been having this ongoing conversation in as far as the rollout of the vaccine schedule and kind of where the dividing line is between the generation gap of the retards and the non-retards. Right. And I've been kind of really specifying in my mind that you and I, because we were born prior to 1990, but we're not Gen X, that 85 to 89 region, I think that's a sliver of space where you could call us Gen Y, respectively, because we're not really part of the millennial group in a lot of ways. We grew up a lot without the digital. We're analog
we didn't
people.
Have cell phones.
Big time. Yeah, exactly.
They should change it to like who had cell phone. Like
exactly.
It should be millennial cell, millennial no cell.
Gen Y. Gen Y was analog. We grew up in an analog world. That's
because it wasn't just the no cell phone. Like we didn't even have online gaming until I was in high school. Like
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Absolutely. No, we grew up
in had computer, but like Xbox Live went live when I was a freshman.
Yeah, exactly. No, we had no technology when we were in high school or middle school.
We had to ride our bikes to the fucking cyber cafe.
Yes, man. That's right. The teen center. That's where we'd go and get our video gaming on, right? Or if we were lucky enough, we had some rich friends who had Nintendo 64. Or I remember we'd go over to Jack's house. Jack was the only friend of mine that had dial-up modem.
Yeah, right.
And we'd have to catch the house when his mom was doing a house showing because she was a real estate agent. So she'd be gone. The sister would not be there. So we'd have access to cut the landline phone and log in. We'd have to dial up into the AOL. And just the dial up itself, 20 minutes. max,
and,
minimum.
and a hit or miss.
Oh, that's right.
It wasn't like the internet was there. It was like, is it gonna connect? Is it gonna connect? You got the little guy running on the
Yeah,
screen.
that's right, dude. Yeah. And then eventually it connects through, and then Jack's like, "You guys ever seen porn before?" And we're like, "Oh man!" And then and
just type tits.
And you get the screen, it's like slowly loading. You only get like the top of the nipple for like 20 minutes, and you got to come back, wait for it to load for the rest. You get choppy and pixelated. It was still good. It was
My
good,
first
man.
5 years of watching porn, I never even saw a foot.
That's right.
I never lasted.
Never made it, dude.
The titties got me too excited.
The second that first pixelated titty popped out of there,
the nip's out.
I can't control myself. Yeah, it's game over. Oh man, back in the day, dude. But yeah, that's we grew up in a more innocent time. So, but I've been harping a lot on the idea that there's also something else going on there. Maybe something even a little more sinister when you think of the vaccine schedules and how they really rolled out that new schedule 1989 and on for all the newborns. And I've been saying to you, Mike, hey, I think we missed the retardation moment of our culture. And you keep saying, no, I talk to you twice a week. You seem plenty retarded whenever I speak to you. like I'm looking at a lot of retard going on the other side of the screen here.
Here's the thing, because I work with like the 20-year-olds, and I'm like, these fucking kids are retarded. But then the next day, I work with the 55-year-old, and there's always that moment where I look up and I'm like, he thinks I'm retarded.
Yes, that's right.
He definitely thinks I'm retarded right now.
That's Gen X. They know. They know.
And it goes with the gender too. He thinks I'm a woman. I think the 20-year-old's a woman.
Right on the money, man. So we have this division in our cultures, and we've been kind of debating it back and forth. And finally, RFK went on to our favorite, who we haven't had on in quite some time now, the one, the only, the CCP, Chris Cuomo Project, and his show that he does nightly on News Nation, which is very entertaining. And I got this clip from the Vigilant Fox. They do the green style words, which I enjoy. Vigilant Fox always puts out some good clips. Huge fan. Recommend all the time. So here we got RFK Jr. on Cuomo, and RFK is going to kind of school Cuomo, if you will, on some vaccine knowledge and what we've noticed generationally with the effects of the vaccine schedule.
But one answer is, well, Bobby, the reason we get a lot more now is because everything gets a diagnosis these days. Every kid has at least 2 diagnoses for what we used to just call behavior. So now they're putting all these kids on the autism spectrum because that is kind of like the fashion of the moment. That's the answer to why we're seeing more. Do you accept that?
No, that is nonsense, and it is an absurd, industry-driven canard. There's been study after study after study in high gravitas journals by the best research organizations and institutions and universities around this country that shows that the autism epidemic is real. And Chris, it's also just common sense. If it was just a matter of better diagnosis or better recognition, you would see it in older people. The epidemic is taking place in a specific generation, and it's kids who were born after 1989.
Yeah! All right! Oh, sorry to all you people, including our brother born after 1989.
Tony,
yeah, I know.
just missed it.
I
Poor
gotta
guy.
say, I always kind of felt there was a little bit of a retard going on there. I'm not gonna lie,
But
but
he's the blonde hair.
That's right. It was the blue eyes and blonde hair, man. Good genes. You know what I'm saying, man?
Tony. That's a family. Tony, good genes. Me, bad genes. Short, bald, tall, blonde hair, blue eye.
You guys should do an American Eagle ad campaign. I could see something going on there, right?
Oh, man.
The kids.
That does make sense, though. Why wouldn't you be getting like 50, 60-year-olds who are like, I didn't even know I was autistic.
Right. It's funny that we have it happening with the tranny thing. You got Bruce Jenner's walking around out there, and the guy who was the health secretary for the Biden administration, Bruce Levine or whatever his name was, Rachel Levine, But so that's happening multi-generation, generationally. Intergenerationally. So that's more of a social contagion, whereas this is clearly a part of something that was specifically targeted at one group, right?
Well, it's just everybody after 89. That's crazy.
Yeah, you're
That's
all
a
retarded.
lot of people.
I feel bad for all these people. Good
Everybody
thing we
under 36.
Yeah, we missed the cut. We're lucky fellas.
That's what you see. You don't see, it's not, you don't see autism. 1 in every 31 people my age. I have never seen somebody my age, 71 years old, with full-blown autism. That means...
That blows my mind, and I never thought about that, actually, until I saw this clip. We actually haven't experienced this world yet of adults roaming around with autism.
When, like, their parents are gone.
Yeah, man.
And, like, who's taking care of them,
Which, it got a lot of backlash publicly, but Trump announced, basically, he didn't outright say it, but he, for the most part, basically said, we're reopening insane asylums.
We need to.
Yes, we do.
Letting them fucking camp on Lakeshore Drive is not fucking good for anybody.
No, it's not good to have insane drug addicts swinging machetes or walking around naked on the streets of New York. I mean, it's just not okay for society. So,
not good for anybody. It's not good for them. It's not good for society.
No, but also maybe masked behind this, the homeless thing is something we can all kind of, we see it. It's out front in our faces, and it's something we can all kind of gravitate towards and understand. As far as the need for opening up institutions to house people who are mentally ill, but maybe also with some kind of looking ahead, a little 4D chess, if you will, Mike, maybe. But what I'm saying is maybe they know statistically maybe that we have a future epidemic coming our way. We have a problem where we're going to have this mass group of people in their 60s and 70s who are going to depend on the system in order to survive. 1 out of 33 people, we basically messed their brains up.
That's crazy.
And so they're all going to be at retirement age here very soon. We got to do something with these people because they can't be functioning and part of society. They can't be contributing on a positive level. So we have to have somewhere to house these people. I think that's why the Trump administration's bringing in the insane asylums. They're not calling them asylums, but obviously that's what they are. We need to create institutions to house an entire generation or two where a massive majority of them can't live on their own.
Yeah, that's sad.
That's our generation, bro. That's the millennials and Gen Z, dude. We're retarded, and we need a place. We need a place for us to live, man. It's crazy, but it's the truth. It's the absolute truth.
Yeah, we are retarded.
And what's really even scarier is there's going to be this little subset generation born between 2020 and 2024 that got the mRNA vaccine in their schedule. And
I know.
Who knows what our society must do in order to take care of those people and the effects of what they encountered with the mRNA vaccine 20, 30 years from now, dude. That's what's even crazier. I mean, right now, we're talking, how do we house and take care of 2 generations of people who have autism or on the spectrum and can't take care of themselves on a functional level, or just have retirement saved or any of that stuff, right? We need to plan for that. How do you plan for the next generation after that of people in their 30s who have heart disease and heart complications and are stroking out and, they have all these brain issues. Yeah, they can't work. Like, man, that is 3 straight generations completely wiped out, essentially. The New World Order reigns supreme, people. I'm telling you right now. Klaus Schwab and all these nutcases that are just dominating our lives, man. They gave 3 generations in a row a run for the money, and all they had to do was convince the boomers that they were right about everything and just follow the experts.
I know.
Follow the experts, and we're going to destroy all the generations beneath you. That's basically what happened with the boomers, man.
That is the worst. I don't know what it is about that generation, but they just believe the experts. And they were the people protesting Vietnam.
That's what's so crazy about the boomers, dude. They just, it's the TV trap, and maybe we're following victim the same way to our phones and getting information through our phones. But I was listening to, or I was telling Emma how Tim Dillon has a fantastic comedic rant about how the boomers are the worst generation.
It's so funny.
It's fantastic, and it's on point.
Fantastic,
it's
yeah.
hilarious. But then there's an interview with Tucker from a week ago where he too goes on a slight little rant, and he very seriously talks about how he believes the boomers destroyed America. It's like,
they
really?
did.
Yes, they did. They really
still
did.
are. Look at Nancy Pelosi and all these people.
Well, the whole conversation came out because Emma got off the phone with her mom and almost threw her phone and smashed it on the floor because she was having this unnerving and just impossible conversation with her mom. And she's like, my mom just like doesn't understand the reality of the world or like what's really going on. I'm like, what do you mean? She's a boomer. Of course she doesn't. Like the boomers, they live in this fantasy land where everything's been gifted to them and they believe everything the television says to them. And like, it's, they live in a fantasy.
They refuse to hear the truth because they do not want their illusion dissolved.
Yes.
That is the biggest problem with the boomers. They live in this alternate reality, and they just reject any information contrary to what they believe to be true. It's why they're the worst ones with the TDS.
Right. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And they love Clinton because there was no more prosperous economy in the history of America than the 1990s.
Yeah.
And the boomers in the 80s and 90s bought up their houses and played the stock market and got their boats and their lake houses.
But
and
then it led to the crash of 08.
But they never let go of anything. They still own their fucking lake houses and their condos in Florida and their houses and they're fucking rocking. Every time you talk to your boomer parents, where are they? They're on fucking vacation. Every time you talk to your boomer parents, they're on vacation having the time of their fucking lives, man. Every single time.
Oh yeah, they bought the house for $40,000. Now it's worth 1.2,
Exactly,
1.3 million.
yes.
They're all. Did you see that statistic about Chicago? 160,000 millionaires.
Wow. Yeah, man.
Crazy.
No, Emma was telling me, like, her parents invited us on a vacation to a private island that you need about 2 weeks to dedicate to go to because you take a private boat that carries you over there and it only goes at 3 o'clock on a Wednesday. And then, it gets you there with all your... it's glorious, dude. All the richest people there. They're all there with their Cuban cigars and hanging out, watching the sunset. Oh, man, it's wonderful. Yeah. But, do you have 2 weeks to take off of work? Do you get your 2 weeks of PTO to go on one trip? Yeah, exactly.
I believe if I took 2 weeks off, I wouldn't have a job when I come
That's
back.
what I'm saying. But not to boomers, man. They're yucking it up on their cruises, and they're going on their 2 week-long vacations on the island somewhere, right? Like, that's what they're doing, man. The rest of us... doing nothing. We're podcasting. They don't understand why we're podcasting, right? Well, we can't go on our 2 week-long vacations to the island, right? No. We're going to podcast.
And not only that, they really reaped the rewards of 08. I don't know if you saw the housing data. They said the number one age group in 2008 that bought houses was like 35 to 45.
All right, yeah.
And now that it's 20 years later, the only people that are buying houses are like 55 to 65.
The same people who bought the houses 10 years ago.
Because now they're selling the house for 3-4 times X. You know what I mean?
Good for them.
Crazy.
They nailed it. We just need... Now we're at the age where we need our own housing crisis so we can take advantage, and then we'll screw the kids below us.
We need all of the boomers to die, and then their houses flood the market.
And luckily, thankfully... Bill Gates took care of that for us, and him and Fauci injected 8 billion people with the mRNA vaccine. Yeah,
by 2030, you'll just be able to walk down the street and pick a house.
This
is mine now. There's so many dead people.
Yeah. Apparently, you can do that in the Palisades. People are literally losing their houses to squatters legally.
No, they're not even losing their house. They're losing their lot.
Yeah.
These people are like parking an RV on this lot.
Yes.
And now they're refusing to get out of California. Jesus Christ.
I think Chicago does the same thing. We did that one clip with the people trying to get the squatters out.
Yeah, we got squatters, yeah.
It's amazing.
It's impossible.
We got to a point where people who don't own your house can just sit in your house and take the ownership. Just like that. I think of all the people who struggle to just buy a house, and they go through the legal means and all the loops and bounds, and you got to talk to the bank and get the loan, and it's such a process to get the house. These people need to wake up and realize, no, just put a satchel with a bunch of clothes in it around your back and just like park your ass in some house for like
Just
20
find an empty
days.
house,
Yeah, eventually it'll be yours, man. That's all you got to do.
I think it's 1 month. Once you get the bills coming in your name. The one guy who we know is a realtor, he was saying that it is a problem because if they know what they're doing, they'll be in your house for 2 years. It'll take you 2 years to get rid of them.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, because if they're really smart, they're coming in like October, September, October, and then by the time you realize what's going on and you try to get them out, now it's November. You can't. They put this like you can't do anything because of the cold. You can't kick people out in the cold.
Oh, wow, dude, that's brutal, man.
So now you have to wait till the spring, and then they're gonna push that court. They're gonna fight it in court if they know what they're doing.
It's wild. I know that one of the cases I heard about in the Palisades, one of the homeless guys went to the DMV and got a license made with the address on his license, and that constituted as him that being his residence.
Now it's his.
It's like
your $1 million
crazy.
home gone. It's not this guy.
Dude, I'm gonna try and do that with Mark Zuckerberg's compound in Maui. I'm just gonna get my next license with his address in Maui, and I'm just gonna show up and be like, Mark, thanks for all the work you put into my new house, man. I really appreciate it. How's that Wagyu beef looking out in the field out there? I can't wait to munch, my man.
I don't think it'll work. I think he's got staff there 24/7.
Right. He also he worked clearly with DARPA and the DOJ, so I will be murdered immediately, I assume.
He'll jujitsu you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That's crazy. The squatter thing is crazy.
It's absolutely insane. I just can't believe that's a whole thing. But luckily we're moving in the right direction with that stuff. Like I alluded to earlier, it kind of got swept under the news this week. But Democrats and advocates alike, they are criticizing the new Trump executive order on homelessness, and they are basically going to start sweeping people up. That's the whole deal.
Good.
According to...
It's not good for anybody, man.
No.
You can't have these homeless encampments.
No, not at all. Not very Christ-like, though. That's the thing, I think people are finding an issue with here. When the Republicans, they tend to claim that they are the religious groups. What would Jesus do, Mike? I don't know if Jesus would do this kind of thing. The mayor of Alexandria, Virginia, says this is a cruel act, the executive order by Trump to rid the world of homeless. So it's cruelty, man. But luckily...
Yeah, but then when a world leader comes to visit your city, you guys are kicking them out, cleaning everything up. You know what I mean? It's embarrassing as a city to have these encampments. Especially in Chicago. You got to drive down Lakeshore Drive. It's crazy how many tents there are.
Oh, man. They had that going on here for a long time, but they had to clean it up for various social events. The Nuggets won a championship. They needed to do a parade, so they swept up the city, right? And but we still have more homeless than ever before. The encampments, though, I've seen them disappear. I think they're just moving to the side. Like they're on the industrial roads now. And so on the industrial streets, South Denver, kind of, that's where you're getting the RVs and the campers and the tents and the they're lining up. We have this group of people, citizen journalists, called Do Better Denver. I don't know if you have seen these guys before. They're kind of they're entering the ranks of the libs of TikTok on Twitter, or the X, and X, formerly known as Twitter. But the Do Better Denver, they've been basically, you can send them videos of homeless or people openly freebasing and using on the streets. I've actually thought about taking a video of the gang I see at the park where I run at. I see the busload of kids, they're playing in the playground, and then, all you have to do is film the kids a little bit and then pan to the left and you'll see the dudes freebasing heroin like right next to them. It's like it's so fucked up, man. But that's the kind of stuff you get on Do Better Denver. The Denver Post, at the behest of Mayor Mike Johnson, decided to out 3 of the contributors to Do Better Denver. They doxed these people, essentially. And they did a hit piece on Denver Post about 3 of the ladies who are part of it. Yeah, it's really fucked up, man. 2 of the women don't even live in Denver anymore. One lives in New Mexico. The other one's like in Arizona or New York or something.
Oh, so funny.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous. But obviously there's hundreds of contributors to this citizen journalism, which is, it's just amazing to me. Denver Post, shame on you, you disgusting rat bastards. Like, you know what? Would it hurt you to be, what is it called? What's the word? A journalist and report on the problems that are plaguing downtown Denver? Like, could you report
the
for
problem
once
is
on what's
not
going
the
on?
people putting the spotlight on it.
Yes.
It's the homelessness.
That's
the problem,
yeah, right.
You know,
Denver Post, be a real journalist and report on Mike Johnson and his sleazebags around him who are doing nothing actually about the problem. They're literally lining their pockets with grants from the government, cutting funds for public workers. They're literally slashing jobs and laying off government workers because they have now a $500 million deficit because they are a sanctuary city and they gave migrants free food, free housing, free education, free healthcare. So now we have no money to pay honest, hardworking people. And then, God forbid, 3 chicks start a fucking X account where they just film the garbage happening, the trash and the crime, and you decide to dox them and write a hit piece in Denver Post. Disgusting, man. But that's the kind of crap we're dealing with out here in Colorado and in Denver. You can't report on the crimes because then you will be reported on by the institution. That's how it works, man.
and let me ask you, like, if let's say you go after these 3 ladies, you get rid of them, you shut them down. You still have the homelessness, and then somebody else is going to come along and open up a new website, right?
Not only that, you inspired me, jackass loser with 10 followers on his podcast, to talk about it now. So now I'm giving more publicity to Do Better. And you know what? I'm purposely going to clip this and put that out onto Twitter because that's what you've inspired us to do now. We're going to talk about it.
But
that's
if you put all that energy into just addressing the homelessness, you fix the homelessness, everybody goes away. Those 3 people,
right?
You don't even have anything to worry about at that point.
And if we're lucky, by the grace of God, Jared Polis goes away. Oh, please just get this guy to fly away. Fly away, Jared. Fly away with your wolves. Fly away.
He's gonna be president.
Oh man, then we're all screwed.
I love that.
They'll be unleashing wolves in downtown Chicago if Jared Polis becomes president. I'm warning you all. You'll be having wolves in the metropolitan areas everywhere.
Did you watch that video I sent you about the electric bills? Where it was like people in Chicago apparently are getting like they're being killed with electric bills because they're getting this like spotty electric or whatever it's called, and so they're getting charged double. And then at the end of the clip, they're like, Denver too is also facing the same issue, and I'm like, why is it always this really shitty thing that's happening to the people is like Chicago and Denver? You never have like a great story that involves both cities.
Exactly. No,
like
we're
tax breaks coming to Chicago and Denver. No, it's always like, you know what I mean?
Deregulation coming to Chicago and Denver, right?
Never. It's always like, no, the people are getting screwed because of their electric bills.
New roads coming to Denver and Chicago. That's what? Yeah, man.
10-year construction project just started in Chicago, only to be outdone by Denver's 12-year construction project.
You talking about our 20-year-long road construction on I-25 by Castle Rock? Still not completed. I moved here. They started it.
Dude. They started 294 when I was just a wee little lad. It's 20 years working on 294.
I found that clip. I don't know how it got buried. We'll play it on the next hour. Believe it or not, folks, I can't believe I'm saying it, but
294 is the best one because one of the first bridges they built was the Irving Park Bridge, and that was like 15 years ago. They're still working on like the 290 bridge now. It has been so long, the Irving Park Road Bridge is falling apart. It's like just potholes. It's like you can just see concrete falling off of it. Like, you guys have to you have to repair the bridge you started this project with.
Dude,
it's crazy.
I told you they're doing I-25, just the mile marks between where the downtown area to make it look nice in the downtown area. They're redoing that, but they're doing it so slowly that the new lines have already disappeared from the one lane that they did. They're already gone. It's already disappeared, man. It's scuffed up. Everything.
You're already getting the grooves.
Oh, they're long. Oh, dude, there's already a pothole in the new lane, dude. They still haven't even done the second lane, man.
Unions.
It's amazing. I blame the mob on this one, man. This is all Italians, dude.
A little bit of union.
Folks, we got one more hour to go. Believe it or not, fastest hour in the universe. There's no doubt about it. I want to thank everyone for hanging out, enjoying the good times, great oldies. We got DJ Rodfather over here. He's lining something up to groove us through this intermission, and we will see you. We have so much more on the docket to get to. I don't even think we touched the docket on that first hour. That's how you know it was a good one.
Good one.
Yeah,
I didn't
man.
have time to look for a song, so
Perfect.
just hit play on the old shuffle there.
Wow.
What a great tune.
I did not see that coming. All right, folks, we'll be back after this. Yeah.
Sometimes it seems so useless to remain, but you don't have to call me darling, darling. You never even call me by my name. You don't have to call me Waylon Jennings, and you don't have to call me Charlie Pride, and you don't have to call me Merle Haggard anymore. Even though you're on my fighting side, and I'll hang around as long as you will let me, and I never minded standing in the rain, but you don't have to call me darling, darling. You never even call me by my name. Well, I've heard my name a few times in your phone book,
Hello, hello.
and I've seen it on signs where I play. But the only time I know I'll hear David Allen Coe is when Jesus has his final judgment day. So I'll hang around as long as you will let me, and I never minded standing in the rain, but you don't have to call me darling, darling. You never even call me by my name. Well, a friend of mine named Steve Goodman wrote that song, and he told me it was the perfect country and western song. I wrote him back a letter, and I told him it was not the perfect country and western song because he hadn't said anything at all about mama, or trains, or trucks, or prison, or getting drunk. Well, he sat down and wrote another verse to the song, and he sent it to me, and after reading it, I realized that my friend had written the perfect country and western song, and I felt obliged to include it on this album. The last verse goes like this here. Well, I was drunk the day my mom got out of prison, and I went pick her up in the rain. But before I could get to the station in the pickup truck, she got run over by a damn old train. And I'll hang around as long as you will let me. And I never minded standing in the rain. No, you don't have to call me darling. Darling, you never even call me. Well, I wonder why you don't call me. Why don't you ever call me darling?
Ah, yeah. Wow, man.
What a great tune.
Digging deep right there. Excellent. Yeah.
So that's the best part about my playlist after doing this show for so long.
Right.
I hit shuffle. It could be Mos Def.
Yes.
It could be David Allen Cole. It could be the Lumineers.
Wow.
It could be,
Yeah.
There's such a wide range.
Heil Hitler by Kanye.
It
You
could
never
be-
know.
I was hoping for it.
We were all hoping for some Heil Hitler.
I haven't heard that one in a while. I gotta bust that out. You don't find a lot of occasions where you could bust out.
You know, yeah, I realize that now that summer is kind of grooving through and we're in the dog days now, heading towards school time. I realized when it comes to my summer playlist, not as much Heil Hitler as I expected there to be at the beginning. Like back in May, I thought, hey, this could be a Heil Hitler summer, I think. Didn't really come to fruition, unfortunately, with the Heil Hitler.
Pretty much maxed out at the beach.
No pretty girls either. I didn't, not a lot of pretty girls. It wasn't a good year for Will Smith. I saw, I can't believe, I don't know why I found this or saved it. Will Smith cut some sort of freestyle. He's got like chicken wings in front of him.
What the fuck is this? Where is he? Did you not realize he's like 60 years old, dude? What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, man, it's Will Smith, man. He's freestyling.
Lyrical lemonade.
He's
Okay.
56 years old.
I like this.
Yeah, he's 56. He's freestyling.
Yeah, y'all got me a little.
He's got Iron Man with him and Spider-Man.
Crazy.
Nickelodeon racing game behind him. He's way too old to have anything in this room with him.
That's what I mean. This is like a pedophile.
Yeah. We're too far
Warehouse.
down the Epstein file rabbit hole as a society to welcome this kind of imagery, I think.
I do like that painting in the back, though. That's pretty cool. How it looks like melted. Even
It's
the
gotta-
frame.
I'm thinking there's some sort of pedophilia involved.
Take that back.
I know that I be on some other shit. I know that I'm different. I be on some y'all don't understand it. I don't mention it. Made it to the top of Hollywood without a membership. Killed them in July, then I switched to my December shit. I be
He's struggling, so I read this article how they had to sell their mansion in Baltimore. They have another mansion that they sold like in Florida. They're basically
Oh, damn.
it's a fire sale. They're getting rid of all their houses,
Liquidating, huh?
liquidating the assets, and apparently Will and Jada Pinkett kind of on the outs, haven't been living together for
Oh, that's been
years,
forever. Yeah,
years apparently. So they're saying
She was
that
sleeping with their son's friend.
I know, it's so fucked up, dude. So apparently they're gonna like probably publicly announce something. So Will's in a rough spot. I think he's having a hard time. Plus, he can't really make a movie for another 5 or 8 years. He's banned from the Academy for 10 years, right?
Does that mean he can't make movies, or he just can't go to the
I think
award?
yeah, he can't
be in a
win.
movie.
I think he can make the movie, but I don't think. Well, I don't know. I don't know how it works.
I think everybody just doesn't like him anymore.
I think he's
It was weird.
blacklisted.
It
Right.
was weird, like even
slap-
fans, you know.
The slap was weird.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
it's
a weird time though.
We were in a weird time and place societally.
I'd blame it on COVID.
I do too, and I want to throw this out there that I give Will a lot of credit. he shook us out of the COVID cocoon that we were in.
No, it was
you know, the
It
slap.
was the first story.
It was just reality finally came back. We were like, we
slapped America
yes
back into reality.
Yes, he woke us up with the slap, man.
Get a hold of yourself.
Exactly.
Good God, people.
Yeah.
You made Fauci your king.
It's weird. We needed the slap, but unfortunately, we had to sacrifice the career of Will Smith to save society. Society needed it. So, Will Smith, one of the greatest modern heroes of our time. We just don't realize it. Legend will show, though, I think, in the future. They'll look back on it.
You don't always get the heroes you wanted, you know?
And heroes get remembered, but legends never die, Mike. And remember, never forget, Will Smith, I am legend. He is the legend.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's full circle, bro. Full circle with Will Smith.
This guy's... In 2,000 years, they're going to be reading Will Smith Meditations.
No, it's Jaden, or his son. Have you read what's the name? Is it Jaden Smith?
Yeah, the kid. In
Will
the
Smith's
terrible
son?
movie, yeah.
Is it Jaden?
Yeah, the guy who's always walking around with his fucking pants down to, like, literally down to his knees.
Yeah,
Looks
Jaden.
ridiculous. He's got that ridiculous hair.
I don't blame this kid for anything. He has a lot of mental issues. Look at his parents and the world he was
Good call.
raised in. I think it's like philosophy. I think there's a whole yeah, he has philosopher tweets, philosophy quotes. Here we go. Let's see here. So Jaden, yeah, so there's a whole bunch of examples. There's even I think a whole website dedicated to Jaden Smith and his philosophy tweets that he's put out over the years. So here's an example. So when one thought goes into your mind, it's not just one thought. It has to bounce off both hemispheres of the brain. When you're thinking about something happy, you're thinking about something sad. When you think about an apple, you also think about the opposite of an apple. Yeah. All right, man.
The fuck is the opposite of an apple?
This is just the philosophy of Jaden Smith.
That makes sense.
Yeah, this guy's right on the mind here. Right now, we do not act as a true society. We act as a world under terror, just scrambling to survive. Yeah.
This kid's living in Beverly Hills.
This guy's so lucky, the life he's... Okay,
I know.
Here's another one. You can be a pharaoh. Like, a pharaoh means that which you will become. Whoa!
What?
Yeah!
This guy's an idiot.
I'm a huge fan of this guy. I like him. I think I'm going to start following him more often.
He needs to adopt the philosophy of pulling up his pants.
He doesn't pull up his pants. Yeah. He's got a
People
very
will
strange...
take your philosophy a little more serious.
I think you're onto something here. He's got a weird fashion sense, but I think the fashion's part of the shock.
And he's always like carrying a purse. Dude, lose the purse.
He also carries the purse.
You know?
Well, his main masculine influence is Will Smith, right?
Right. I get it. But come on. One of his friends needs to tell him, lose the purse.
I like the purse. I'm a big fan. I hope the kids start rocking the purse. No, not at all, dude. It's European, first of all. The European fellas, they rock the purse.
All you fags out there with the fanny pack over the shoulder. I don't know if you've seen this.
I have.
Yo,
yeah,
that's a fucking purse, dude. You just made the fanny pack even gayer.
I know, it's amazing. It is amazing how they did that. It's the hipsters, the modern hipsters. I don't know why they think they can take the fanny pack and make it a thing. It's a fanny pack.
Put it around your fucking... It looks so dumb.
No matter which way you place the fanny pack, you're wearing a fanny pack. And in my book, in the world I come from, if you rock the fanny pack, you're a drug dealer. It's basically the drug dealers walking around with the fanny pack. So
yeah, because otherwise, what are you doing with all that shit in your pockets? You don't need that much stuff. You're a man. You figure it out, you know?
Yeah, 2 pockets should be enough. You got your keys and your wallet.
Cell phone.
Right. I never... It's funny that I just exposed myself. I never bring my cell phone anywhere. I always
know,
leave it at home.
You put the burden on everyone. I experienced this in Chicago. It's a genius move. It's a genius move. You could not carry a cell phone and then just tell everybody else, hey, figure out where we're going, how to get there.
Can you call this guy?
Text this guy.
But we live in a world where everyone has their phone, so why do I need it? If you all have it, I therefore can roam freely and depend on you all who are hyper-connected. That's my mentality with it.
Okay, but you're still using cell phones then.
Sort of. I hate
You're
using
saying
it, man.
like, I don't use a cell phone. Like, I go out without my cell phone.
Right.
I'm not connected to the technology.
Yes.
But you're still relying on somebody else's cell phone.
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't rely on cell phones. I rely on others using their cell phones. For me, though, I don't want to put in the extra work. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of work that goes with the phone, pulling it out.
Okay, but there's a difference between being like, I'm done with I'm not using the cell phone, and then just putting the burden on somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. I like it. Well, here's the thing. I'll carry the cell phone if it's less radioactive and lighter. I want a less radioactive, lighter cell phone. Can we get something lighter? These things are bricks, man. They're so heavy. They're so enormous. They're so radioactive. I could feel the heat on my ass if I put it in my ass pocket. If I put it in my front pocket, I feel it nuking my nuts. Like, I don't... The cell phone bothers me. I don't like I don't like having it on my body. And that's where I could see gentlemen out there maybe rocking a fanny pack because they don't want the cell phone. Maybe they want a little distance between the body and the cell phone. I'm still not down with it. I'm saying I'm anti-fanny pack, but you know,
I think you'll be all right.
Cell phone not down. I got to say, I went out yesterday afternoon, went to the Rockies game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. Haven't been all year. It was their last Saturday day game. I refused to go down to Ballpark. That's the neighborhood in Denver where the stadium is at. We refuse to go to night games down there because it's, and I'm not exaggerating or anything, it's just now like the most violent part of Denver, and you don't want to be down there like 9 o'clock at night. So, you know, two tiny white people walking around. We just figured we'll play it safe and go to the day games. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad Denver is, by the way. People are like, let's go to the day games. You know, that's when you know it's basically Detroit. Went down there, had to bring my cell phone though because I had the electronic tickets.
Ooh, they got you, yeah.
And I got an email from the Ticketmaster thing. Rocky Stadium, 100% electronic tickets. They don't even give you the paper tickets anymore, bro. I found that to be very disappointing, man. Yeah, man. They're all in. And this blew my mind. Totally cash free. They do not accept cash anymore at the stadium.
Wow.
Yeah, they are strictly card and or scan your digital currency there. Did you get your latest booster? All right, well then we can't sell you this beer, friend. Go get that shot down the street. And then,
did you see that thing about Burger King? I
did not.
When they started allowing credit cards. And
no, I didn't see this.
Dude, it's a crazy clip because people are like, why would you ever put a cheeseburger on credit? That just seems ridiculous. And
it does, but now cheeseburgers are $20.
Right.
So
well,
now
it was
it's
50 cents.
It's like half a paycheck to go to Burger King at this point.
But dude, they started taking credit cards in 1996.
Wow.
McDonald's didn't start taking credit card till 2003.
What,
Isn't
dude?
it insane?
Yeah.
So
Holy
20
cow.
years, and now we're at a place where like places are like, nah, no cash.
No cash, man.
Credit only. That's crazy.
It makes sense at the ballpark though because a beer is like $14, and so you're getting 2 beers, 2 dogs. I mean,
right?
They don't want you dishing out $100 in cash.
It's gonna
you know
be
what
like
I mean?
Venezuela. You show up with
You
your
got the wheelbarrow. Yeah.
Ready for my ball game.
Dump it right when you walk in at the gate. Just get the VIP pass, right?
Yeah.
Gotta say, we had a great time. It was very important for me to catch a game this year. I was explaining to Emma's friend who was supposed to go to the game. That's why we got the tickets. Flight canceled morning of. Couldn't make it to the game. Last minute hero of the day, Snake, drove in from Boulder, came to the game with us, and we got down and
nice.
dirty and had a really wonderful time. And it was historic. I wanted to make sure I go see the Rockies at this stadium at this juncture in their history. This year specifically, the Rockies are on pace to be historically the absolute worst team to ever play baseball in 150 years of baseball. They have the worst start. They have no chance at even getting near like a good season. They will have the most losses in the history of baseball, and I'm proud to say I got to go watch them play a game. I think they lost. We left in the eighth inning because they were geoengineering like crazy, and we had great seats. So I want to throw this out there. I enjoy the Rockies being the new Cubs. They're the shittiest team in baseball. Tickets are just so affordable. It's
man,
so
how much
beautiful.
Are we talking?
$40 tickets that were on a Blake Street Steel discount for $19.95 a ticket, my man.
Wow, $20.
$20. We got
That's
great
cheaper than the
seats.
beer.
Absolutely, it was, dude. And where we were, we had this great vantage where you could see the mountains beyond the stadium, and it was really beautiful. Except around the eighth inning, man, these satanic death clouds just came rolling in over the mountains, like the blackest clouds. Like literally the temperature dropped like 15, 20 degrees like as it started rolling in. And we kind of looked around and the Rockies were getting smoked. It wasn't even close. It didn't matter. We're like, let's get a jump on the crowd. Started walking out the stadium. Sure enough, I think we're on the last flight of stairs. You hear the crack of the lightning and the crowd. You can hear the crowd go like, ooh, like everybody saw the lightning on the distance. So we hit the street, cross it, get into the first bar we can find. All of a sudden, like we're showing our ID to get in because I still get carded, but my man, it's still getting carded at the ripe old age I'm at. We're getting carded. All of a sudden, big, fat, chubby rain falling from the sky.
Damn.
And chubby rain from the movie Bowfinger. It was aliens. It was aliens. We were under attack, man. So,
Chubby rain.
Chubby rain, dude. Those big, fat raindrops came down. And right when we walk in, dude, just torrential downpour. And we're sitting there with our beers in the bar, and we just see all these soaking wet people who had to escape the stadium, come into the bar, man. Great times. Awesome stuff.
Man, you lucked out.
Lucked out. It was perfect timing all around. We had a blast. And I can now, for the future, tell the kids out there and, down the road, hey, I saw the worst team in the history of baseball.
I didn't think about that. That is pretty cool, actually.
It's rare you get to see something that hasn't been done in 150 years. You know what I mean? Like 150 years.
It's historic.
Wow, that's fucking historic, man. Like there could be another 150 years till someone matches what they did to be that stinky, And I gotta say, nothing will change with the Rockies because the stadium kind of packed. I mean, I had to wait in line for beer. That's kind of ridiculous. I shouldn't be waiting in line for hot dogs and beer, man.
Because they're so cheap.
So cheap, and it's a beautiful stadium. It's a really wonderful place to take the family. And even though it wasn't sold out, you had what you would expect from the worst team in baseball, the upper deck area just completely vacant, with the exception of like 3 drunk dudes here, and then like the family of 9, like the dad with the 7 kids who could only afford those tickets, like right at the top, So like that's what you had sprinkled out in the upper deck. But for the most part, kind of a full stadium, like it was a fun atmosphere. And you catch yourself, you're like, wait a second. This is the worst team in baseball. What's going on here? Why is everyone having such a good time? Like, you don't, so it'll
Just
never
baseball.
change. It'll always be that way. Yeah, man. They're going to just keep selling out in a certain amount. And, that's how it works. Good times, though. I had a blast. I love it.
Sounds like it. I'm glad. Man, Rockies.
That's right, man.
Worst team
in the history of baseball. What I love about it is you don't get much older than baseball. It's one of the oldest sports. It is up there, man. So, like, it's an institution for
they
America.
Had to put a season on pause for the Civil War.
Yeah, dude. It's just crazy that there are guys that break records now that were held since like 1908 or something,
That's
and
crazy.
The Rockies, I mean, again, we're talking records that go back to like 1880, and the Rockies are stamping their name in the history book. So it's awesome,
Yeah, good for them.
And on par for the course with Denver and Chicago, like you were mentioning. We're always in the news for the wrong reasons. We're never celebrating anything good. This isn't a good thing. We're celebrating we're the worst team ever in the history, man.
You never hear a news story about Chicago and Denver, and you're like, yeah.
Oh, America winning.
We're killing it.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, I think it's because we're just cursed as a country. I don't know if you saw this, but at the Hollywood Bowl, they're putting on a production of Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh, what is that alien that they have playing Jesus?
So, Jesus Christ Superstar is going on at the Hollywood Bowl, and Cynthia Erivo, who is... I think she might be related to Nosferatu. I'm not 100% sure about this. I'm almost certain, genetically speaking, she might be of the Nosferatu clan.
Bad genes.
Bad genes, dude. Look at these hands, though. Like, that is freaky. This is them. So, Adam Levine. Here's your Jesus, by the way. I want everybody to understand.
That's Jesus Christ.
They wanted to shock us all, as if you haven't defamed Christianity enough in the last forever in American culture. Like, I get it. You guys hate Christians. You hate Jesus.
We saw the Palestine flags and the kafifas. We know you love the Muslims.
Dude, it wasn't enough that you guys did an entire History Channel series where you made Jesus a Muslim. That wasn't enough for you. You made him a Muslim on the History Channel. Now you're like, actually, we didn't offend you guys enough. We're going black lesbian. Okay, we're doing black lesbian Jesus, dude. Yeah. Black lesbian Jesus, who is literally, this is a demon, dude. I'm sorry, but like, that is demonic looking, right?
Oh, that's why. Brought to you by Disney.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And then, of course, you got Adam Lambert, who is trying to figure out his pronouns still, I think even in the scene as we speak, and he did singing for Queen, which is pretty spectacular. He's formerly an American Idol contestant. I'm not too knowledgeable about his career or anything. You got Josh Gad in the production. It's pretty cool, I guess. I think everybody's really loving it. They're doing something like 3 nights. It's a huge deal because, like I said, they got the black lesbian chick playing Jesus, and they think that this is very exciting, like because they're obviously, they're shedding the MAGA tears, I believe, with this one. Is my guess.
I don't know. I think who's gonna go see this?
Well, it's in LA, right? So they're all
nobody's gonna see it.
They're all down for it. The quotes from this are pretty incredible. Lambert, the guy singing his heart out there right now, in this LA Times article, he is quoted as saying, "The challenge for the audience of seeing a female black Jesus is so exciting, and we all feel the excitement," adding that the show doesn't change lyrics or pronouns, Mike. I hope you realize that. They're not changing any of the pronouns. Says Lambert, maybe it doesn't have to do with male or female. I don't really know if it matters what gender Jesus was, because it was about the teachings and the love and the connection to the faith. So shouldn't it transcend gender, Mike? Like, come on, man. We're transcend.
So
Jesus transcends the gender, my man. Yeah.
All right. You can just.
So we got this demon Nosferatu creature to play Jesus. A bald, black, lesbian Jesus with claws for hands. That's what they decided to go for.
Congratulations.
That's what
you're killing it. I don't know.
Do you want me to be should I be shocked?
I'm
offended?
So shocked.
Honestly, shock me when you do something with Muhammad. Blow me away when you mock Muhammad, because all you fruitcakes and losers out in LA and Hollywood are too afraid and too precious to mock anything with Islam. Right? Remember there was the cartoonist, the Danish guy who literally got murdered because he made a cartoon of Muhammad?
Well, they're serious.
Yeah, they take the religion seriously, right? Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and tell me how the Muslim religion is on par with Christianity. The one where you love your neighbors and your enemies, and the other one where you murder people because they drew a cartoon of your deity, right? Tell me they're the same.
I gotta say, I'm still more upset about the Red Hulk than this Jesus Christ black female.
I would say, religiously, I'm more offended.
You know what I mean? Like, what? What's going on? You guys already did the woman Hawk? Now Red Hawk? What?
I'll double down. I think She-Hulk was more offensive than anything that they've done with the Hulk
good
stuff.
Call.
Yeah.
Oh, good call. Yeah, She-Hulk.
We forgot about that one. Remember the She-Hulk twerking with Megan Thee Stallion? That was the highlight of the show.
Like the Hulk in that show, even the Man Hawk was like in touch with his feelings and like talking to her, like teaching her how to be a Hulk. And, like,
right.
It made no sense.
No, to be fair, that was what's the actor's name?
Leguizamo?
No, he is the Leguizamo.
It's the other Leguizamo.
Who plays the Hulk, dude. He's very sensitive, and I think he was just kind of, they were honing in on the Hulk. I can't think of his name right now. That's so funny. Mark Ruffalo. It's Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah. That was a terrible show.
They were honing in on Mark Ruffalo, the actor's natural sensitivities. They brought it through on the Hulk, right?
Oh,
yeah,
so
man.
stupid.
The woke ruined everything, man. Incredible stuff.
So yeah, more offended about what you did with the Hulk than
good call. Yeah,
Jesus Christ, there.
Absolutely, dude.
It just doesn't even make sense.
Oh man, well,
do you think they were sitting in a room and they were like, "Well, we got to make Jesus black"? They're gonna, you know what I mean? And then somebody was like, "Why not a woman?"
Yes. Well, first of all, now I've been talking about this for a long time because Emma keeps kind of complaining to me, like she's a devotee to the streaming of all things. She loves streaming anything, any new show, but she's even been kind of confiding in me, like, there's a lot to be desired in some of these plot lines now, and it seems to be like they're kind of regurgitating a lot of ideas, and it's not very creative or original anymore for anything.
On our third Jurassic Park trilogy.
I know, yeah, exactly, dude. And I was telling her, I'm like, well, the problem is these writers' rooms, they had to check boxes 5 years ago, and now it's all just box checking, and so nobody in there, there's nobody writing for these productions that are there because of their creative merits. They're there because they're a lesbian, or they're black, or they check this box off or that box, and they do this with their pronouns. Okay, now we have all these people who checked all the boxes. All of you people, we have no idea how creative you are, but come up with a storyline for the new Mandalorian thing, and then nobody tunes in because you decided to make the Mandalorian a lesbian. You know what I mean? Like, nobody wants to watch it.
Come up with this Star Wars, which was written by white men.
Exactly. No, but then you get that one Star Wars show that they canceled, where you all of a sudden, for no reason, no, we're going to totally change the lore of Star Wars, and the Force was created by a coven of lesbian witches. You know, and it's like, okay, that's where you get this shit writing, man, because you checked all these boxes, dude. It's unbelievable.
That's not even you exaggerating. They like announced it.
Yes,
that was a few years back. They
were proud of it. Yeah,
we're gonna if the country's 13% black, 13% of our writing room will be black. Half will be women.
Yes.
I think that's what kills you the most is the half women.
Absolutely, man.
No offense,
I really do think but that's why you got all these crap. Well, then they're like, we need to reboot Jurassic Park. Well, the hero's going to be a chick. It's going to be Scarlett Johansson, of course. This 4'8" chick who's, she's going to be the hero. She's going to save all the men from the dinosaurs, right? It's fucking ridiculous, dude.
Yeah. Men fighting dinosaurs, and then in comes Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, 5'2" Scarlett Johansson saves the day, fights the dinosaurs, saves all the men who are 6'4", lifting weights, jacked. No. This chick is gonna come in and save everybody. She's smarter, stronger, faster, better.
Bro, did you hear that thing about the dinosaur DNA with the chicken?
Where are you going with this, dude?
With the chicken?
No, I have not. Please enlighten me on this one. I'm very excited.
A lot of people were saying that, like, if you looked at the DNA of the raptor, it's like closest living relative was the chicken.
I've heard something similar because you have the birds too, which are very.
And then they said like close. A lot of them were birds.
Right.
Right, because they were getting these samples of dino DNA. And
that's why they're treading towards dinosaurs had feathers. Actually,
had feathers. This has been like a trend for the last like 10 years, 15 years, right? It turns out it was just because they were contaminating the samples after they were eating chicken.
Excuse me?
Like they were like licking their fingers from some Popeyes and then, touching the bones. Yeah.
The DNA from the chicken.
It's amazing, this T-Rex bone. It has 17 flavors of DNA, but it's a mystery. We can't figure out the 17 different flavors. The spices. What are the spices, man? Yeah.
How crazy is that?
I guarantee.
So now they're like rethinking that whole.
Oh, that's awesome. So now the feathers are out the window, and the whole chicken connection is out the window.
Not totally. Some of them maybe, but yeah.
Dude, we're at the point where everything they told us about dinosaurs, complete bullshit. We're basically there now.
I think they were the dragons.
I'm all in on dragon ideology, dude. I really believe, because the Chinese calendar, why would they have all real creatures except an imaginary dragon creature on their calendar? So if you're following the idea with the calendar of the Chinese, all real creatures, we must have really had dinosaurs, or I'm sorry, dragons. And then they decided to call them dinosaurs because they wanted to disprove Christianity. This is all just a fight against Christianity, ultimately. Did you see the guy? I think he's Asian. He has the highest IQ in the history of the world. And he did this big video. It was like a 3-minute long thing on Twitter or whatever, where he said that he logically deduced and concluded the existence of God and that Jesus Christ was a real person who was resurrected.
Wow.
And so he claims, repent now for your sins, because he's the real deal and the end times are nigh, my man.
Yeah, they always think everybody who's ever lived thought they lived in the end times.
I always loved the idea of these really educated super intellectuals always coming around to this God complex, or this moment where they a lot of geneticists and people involved with the genome sequencing,
the Genome Project.
They all ended up coming out as full-on Christians and believers in Christ and God and in the New Testament. So something profoundly powerful occurs with these very smart intellectuals when they are digging into the deepest corners of what it means to be a living creature, man.
I think for them, a lot of them said, like, you get down to the code and then you just wonder what makes, like, if we're that closely related,
right?
What makes you what make, you know what I mean? Who's deciding?
Yeah, dude. And then they smoke a DMT pen and see the code in the matrix of the wall, dude. Yeah.
The hard part is not seeing the code. It's forgetting about it.
That's right, dude. All right, man. Well, Mike, we're cruising along, man.
Crazy.
We got the docket here. Anything tickling your fancy?
Some fucking particle accelerator news. They created matter from light. Yeah.
What? Is this at CERN? Is this a CERN thing?
The particle collider. What do you call it? Is that CERN?
The Large Hadron Collider.
The Hadron Collider.
Yeah. All right. So they
shot photons at each other,
and
so light, and they created mass.
They created life.
Mass.
Life?
No,
or
mass.
not life? Just mass?
Just mass.
Is there a difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
like
think
a
so?
rock is mass.
You don't think a rock is alive?
No.
No?
No, maybe the atoms inside the rock.
You don't think there's consciousness within the rock? Or
what is consciousness?
I'm a fan of the belief that all things.
Have you been reading Science Illusion?
I have dabbled in the Science
The
Illusion.
morphic
Yeah,
resonance.
absolutely. And I do really subscribe to that idea, because I believe you can even feel energy displaced from yourself into objects that you touch. If you angrily set something down, I think there's an energy given to that object, from the anger of your
angry object in history, the old landline telephones.
That's right, dude. The angriest object. Yeah, dude. Always slam, dude.
Only slam. So much angry energy.
Yeah, that's a lot of negative energy flowing through those landlines, man. Good call, dude. Yeah. Right on. But I've always kind of subscribed to that idea that, you can extend your energy into objects, and that, everything that exists is an idea. It was an idea that was acted upon and then created, and so there is energy in whatever object you're handling, and it was an idea, so that idea was life. There's life in even the objects that we handle, even though it's not like conscious in the sense that you and I understand. Maybe there is consciousness or energy permeating within and without all objects, animate or inanimate,
Yeah.
That might be one of the smartest things I've said in a long time, and so I don't think I could top that. We're going to end the show right now. We're calling it on the high note. I'm only getting more retarded from this point forward. I'm just going to throw it out there.
Sometimes you get a break from the mercury from the vaccines.
They didn't chemtrail today, so I was breathing fresh air today, man.
That's what it is.
Yeah, dude. The atoms are the neurons are fighting, and the nope, it's over. Yeah.
Don't!
The neurons are farting in my brain, man. Come on, don't you see it? It's happening. You know what happened is I'm not thinking right. I usually don't party hardy like I used to. I am getting older, and we went out. We took the train down to the game. So I let loose like I was 28 all over again, man. And I woke up feeling it this morning. It was a slow roll this morning to kind of get outside, see if they're chemtrailing, roll myself into the grass, and just sun soak and burn for the next. By the way, do you see they're sending the nuclear subs over to Russia?
No, I didn't see that.
Trump decided to send 2 nuke subs over to the Arctic region, or one of the seas all over there. And we all know what that means, folks. Frank's going to get a nice sunburn over the next week or two, because that means they're going to stop chemtrailing for the next 2 weeks. World War III is upon us, and so no more chemtrails, which is
okay. Trump. We'll stop talking about Epstein. Bring the ships back.
That's
we don't need the distraction.
We believe you.
We'll stop. Yeah.
Pelosi wrote the list. We got it. Don't worry. It's all good.
Quick, somebody lock up Obama.
Yeah,
we just get a picture of him handcuffed.
Yeah, man. Is everyone still fired up about the Epstein thing? I kind of stopped thinking about it. It's funny because I love conspiracies. I'm such a conspiracy guy. But with the Epstein thing, it's almost too in your face like it's so obvious. It's not interesting. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Like Building 7, the direct energy weapon dropping the twin. Like, there's a lot of meat on that bone that I can just gnaw on for like a couple years, Like, even the Kennedy assassination, now we know that Oswald was talking to CIA guys. Like, man, there's always something new there, Like, I could really go down that avenue with JFK or with 9/11. But like Epstein's like, yeah, it was a honeypot island. You brought all the elites there, and they banged underage girls. And you have it on tape, man. We all know it.
Somebody has it on tape.
Oh, Bibi Netanyahu, we know now for sure. I mean, he literally he went to the White House unannounced, and then Trump bombed Iran 3 days later. So we know exactly. We know who has the tapes, dude. But like
Poor Trump.
The Epstein thing, honestly, the more I think about it, I'm like, there's no mystery or mystique or anything with Epstein. It's just like, it's kind of like the Diddy thing, where it's just gross.
Really gross.
And we know what was going on. And like,
and we know it's still going on.
It's still happening. It's disgusting. And now the only difference is I can't take any of you assholes seriously who are part of the establishment for the last 30 years. If you're a big wig elitist, if you were in the .com boom, or, if you're Jeff Bezos or Musk, or if you're Trump, or if you're Pelosi or the Clintons, if you're a part of the elites over the last 30 years, you're a sicko weirdo, man. That's all I think of you now. You were at one of these get-downs. You were either at Epstein Island, or his Zorro Ranch in New Mexico, or his penthouse in Manhattan, or you were even cooler and you were at Diddy's freak off parties. You know what I mean? Like, either way, if you were famous in the 90s, you're a fucking weirdo. And I'm never going to look at any of you the same. Yeah, you're all just gross to me. And there's just nothing interesting there. Whereas, man, I could still talk for 10 hours about them filming the moon landing in New Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's still a lot of meat on that bone, man.
You know, the more I keep looking at like old footage of not just the initial moon landing, but the other.
There's the one of the cosmonaut where he's like on a sound stage, like they filmed it like.
Dude, it's so fake.
It's very fake.
Some of those moonwalks.
You could see the cardboard cutout behind it, like the Earth starts to tilt a little halfway through the filming, right?
It's a little suspect, some of those videos.
No, legitimately though, do you now like the ones where they're on the buggy, the dune buggy?
The dune buggy, yeah.
First of all, did they even tell us how they got that dune buggy to the moon in the first place? It was the same looking lander, right?
Yeah, well, they just like kind of attached it to the bottom or something. I don't know, put it in the garage.
No, see, that's what the same thing with the camera. Like, how'd you guys film Neil Armstrong getting out of the thing? It looked like you had like a tripod camera way off in the distance. Who put it there? They're like,
it landed ahead of time.
No, don't think about it. Just don't think about it. It's one small step for man, all right? Just accept it, right? But the
I think
dune
they said
buggy,
they had a camera on a pole.
No, they claim that the dude that was still on the ship. Every time I talk about the moon landing, it's faker and faker, even when I describe it to myself. So the guy on the ship orbiting the moon while they landed had a camera. I think they claim that he filmed it. And then also there's another claim that the lander itself had a side camera.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
is that what it was?
It was like
I
a
thought
camera
they
on
said
a pole.
the dude orbiting, I thought, had another camera.
Oh, we didn't have cameras that good.
None of the camera stories make sense. You guys clearly filmed this in a studio in New Mexico. That's the only way it makes any sense. But the dune buggy is so funny to me. I mean, who hooked up? How'd you get the dune buggy there? I have to know.
And then it didn't look real, like driving around.
Well, have you watched the clips of all of their missions on the moon sped up by 0.5?
No.
If you speed them up 0.5, it's literally people in regular motion on Earth.
So they think they just slowed it down?
They slowed it down so it looks like they're floating when really they're just jumping. And I swear that has to be a thing. Let's see here. It would be, what were the Saturn, or no, what was it? The Apollo, right?
The Apollo missions, yeah.
So it'd be like Apollo, Moon, sped up, basically. I think would be kind of what you would get if you let's see here.
Never went back.
Right, never going.
Time cameras got really good. it's like we can't go back.
It doesn't make any sense to me that we never went back. The technology that we used to get there, they say like your toaster oven has more tech than these lunar.
It was a Game Boy.
The Game Boy has more tech, and yeah, unfortunately, I'm not getting anything. But apparently, there's some theories out there and some alleged proof where, if you speed up slightly the footage of them walking on the moon, it's just regular people cruising around. So that's where we're at. The great one of them. But with Epstein, man, I just don't believe any of it anymore. Or not that I don't believe it, I just don't care anymore because it's just so obvious. And yeah, okay, I think I found it. Man, the more you see stuff on the moon, it's like, there's no way we went there.
There's no way.
You guys clearly filmed this in a studio, man. It's so crazy to me. So this is
that background looks so fake.
Okay, so this is sped up, and it looks like they're just hanging by wires, just walking around.
That looks a little weird.
Well, so they're just jumping around. They're hopping around like normal dudes. This is a slightly sped up version of it. And so, yeah, if you were in a studio and they're like, hey, just hop around a little bit. We got you connected. Yeah, they're tripping around. Look at that. But they're connected to a wire that they cut out in the editing, right? So that's how they're able to kind of get a little. But it does look like they're just regular, they're in those clumsy suits and they're falling around and they're hopping, but they're They're moving at like a normal pace.
Yeah, the guy played golf.
The golf. Get out of here with the golf, man. Ridiculous. So yeah, there's a lot of alleged evidence out there that, you know, there was some trickery. Look at the new footage they have now on the space station, where you can see there's like green screen cutouts happening or
That's
something.
funny.
Something
Or like the guy left the coffee mug the one time.
Yes,
That's the
man.
best one.
Yeah, and like you can kind of tell like the women have like hairspray in their hair or something. That's, you know, who knows? Who knows? None of us are going to space. The only people who get to go up there are Jeff Bezos' wife and Katy Perry. So the rest of us have no idea, right? Yeah.
Dude, Lollapalooza was going on.
How is that? Is the traffic outrageous?
Terrible on Lakeshore Drive. Oh, it was brutal. But I don't know anybody that played there.
I was gonna ask you who is the headline.
They had like the classics, but then it was just a bunch of people I've never heard of. Literally never heard of them.
Damn. All right. I imagine a lot of DJs would be
I don't
my
know
guess.
what they were.
Let's see here. I think I got it. I found.
Oh, that's the one. Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah, she's very popular. She's a pop lady. All the kids love her.
Never heard of her.
Look
Tyler,
at how many,
the creator.
That's so many musicians at this thing. Holy cow, man!
Well, yeah, they all have one song.
Wow. Yeah. So you got Korn, Olivia Rodrigo. All right. So the '90s acts are back, which I've noticed. Very popular. Luke Combs. Emma loves Luke Combs. He's very popular.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, he's a country fella.
Rufus.
That I'm not familiar. Du Sol. I'm not sure if it's Rufus Du Sol or maybe that's all one guy. Rufus Du Sol twice. Who knows? We have no idea. You're,
oh yeah. Rufus Du Sol's a one name.
One guy. All right.
One guy.
And
Doechii.
Yeah. Okay. Doechii. Yeah. Very nice. Aesop Rocky. All right.
Sabrina Carpenter.
I'm not seeing a lot of like rock and roll bands.
No, dude.
You know, and I remember Lollapalooza used to be like a rock and roll. It was Jane's Addiction, I thought, and like Green Day and
yeah,
Blink-182 and No Doubt, right? That's kind of what they would do back in the day. I'm dating myself on that one. That's 90s Lollapalooza, right?
No, you don't know it. T-Pain.
So success though, I didn't hear any stories of like widespread violence or rioting. No Kings protests that I heard about. Right?
They forgot about the King for a weekend.
Forgot. Nice. All right, man. That's good.
Go enjoy themselves.
Forget the King and let your hair down, Chicago. Enjoy yourselves for a day or two. It's summer, man. Come on, relax a little bit. Right?
It's summer. You're surrounded by garbage. It's great.
Yeah, that's
You're
right,
Chicago.
man. Absolutely, man. I love it. Well, Mike, we're cruising along. We are towards the end here. Is there anything you want to toss out there at the last minute?
Well, I gotta see what is this transphobia.
Oh my god!
CNN roundtable.
I sent it to you. Did you watch this, man? I totally sent this to you the other day. Yeah, man.
Maybe I don't remember.
I totally did because it's a substanceless clip for the most part. We could cut it at any point. It's basically I love the outrage from CNN has one of their late night shows. They do a panel, and it's pretty comical. We've clipped it before. There's a lot of back and forth. Anna Navarro goes on there, and Scott Jennings. He's usually going viral for kind of really handing it to the leftists and the liberals on there. And there's a lot of good back and forths that go on this panel. This one, two dudes, I am not familiar with either of these guys. I'm not even going to attempt their names. I have no idea who they are, but it's a black fella who's the Republican in the panel, if I'm understanding what's going on there, and he's spouting some MAGA idealisms, and he happens to use a phrase or some level of phrasing that offends one of the other fellas who's clearly on the other side of the aisle, and then we get a beautiful back and forth, and I just think this really kind of just shows you where we're at culturally here. It's octagons and safe spaces, as Adam Carolla likes to say, and I think this is just a fine example of it.
There are a lot of families out there who don't believe boys should play girls' sports.
They're not boys. I'm not going to listen to transphobia at this table. I am not going to listen to you call a trans girl a boy. That is not.
Mike, he's not going to listen to transphobia at this table, man.
I'm not going to listen to transphobia at this table. I am not going to support that you call a trans girl a boy.
It's good to see Harry Potter all grown up.
Yeah, I know, man. He's still got a career. It's good. I'm happy for the guy, man. Absolutely.
When you use a word that's a slur, I'm going to interrupt. That's not how it is.
Jay,
they're not boys. They're not boys. They're not playing girls softball. I'm not going to sit there and listen to that.
Let's reset for a second because, look, this is a really heated issue, right? And Sharmichael, I know you. I know that you understand that people have different views on this. I think out of respect for Jay, like, let's try to...
How soft is this other guy that he needs this woman to mediate and be like, can we watch our words because we're hurting other people's feelings? I've got a feeling. Yeah.
And all he did was say boys and girls sports.
Dude, and he's not going to sit there and tolerate transphobia, man. Come on.
Because they're not boys. Those are little girls. With penises. Little girls.
That's right. It's an important caveat to the whole thing, but...
Talk about this in a way that is respectful.
Okay, so let me rephrase this since I'm being targeted here.
I don't hear that. Just to be clear, you are not being targeted.
I am, but it's okay.
I'm specifically saying that I know that you are not intent.
I feel so bad for this black guy. Think of like all the work we've done culturally to get this guy up to a podium, to a place where he's now considered an equal, and he has a fair share of the time to express himself and his ideas, and now he has a snowflake white dude telling him he's offended because he's using transphobic phrases, and he's got this black chick talking down to him, telling him he needs to watch his words and watch what he says, and like look at the shame in this guy's eyes. He's like, my God, all the work my father and his father did to like get me to this point, and now I've got this chick and this white dude crying about my transphobia. This is unbelievable.
Because I said boys and girls sports.
That's right. That's the only thing he said, dude.
Crazy. It's crazy.
And we've been saying it for a while, but black fellas, welcome. You're a white guy now. Welcome to the club. Yeah, gone will be the days of you starring in commercials, and now we'll have sitcoms where you're the fat loser father, and everyone rips on you, and you're pathetic, and you just flush the toilet, and yeah, exactly. That's welcome.
I can't help but point out every time that the Republican, look at him, well dressed, clean cut.
Yes,
looks good,
dude. Great.
And then
call.
the Democrat is this wild-haired, fucking freak-looking thing.
Where is this guy?
Practically Rachel Levine.
He's you know
what I mean? Like,
yes.
looks like maybe 20, 40 pounds overweight.
Hasn't shaved in 10 years. Yeah, you're right. Clearly no recent haircut. He's borrowing Rachel Maddow's glasses, and yeah, no tie. Look at him. He's very disheveled, and then the guy everyone's shitting on, he's clean cut, clean shaven, clean cut.
Looks great.
Looks fantastic.
Good jeans.
He's the villain, Mike. He's the enemy of the table, man. Everybody's shitting on this guy. It's unbelievable, man.
All because of boys and girls. Oh, that's so funny.
I do like it.
Change your words.
Well, I love where white guys are now. Now, if we want sympathy from people, we just claim everybody's being transphobic and that we're the hero of these transphobes, man. You know,
he's clearly gay.
Yeah, he's very clearly gay.
So, you gotta be gay.
You gotta be in the BLT sandwich acronym society, right?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't get away with it.
No, not me. Even though I drive a Subaru, I still got no cred with that group. It's unfortunate. Close. Yeah, they don't let me into the club, unfortunately.
Not yet.
Oh, man. Well, Mike, I can't believe I'm saying it, man. That's the fastest hour in the universe, dude.
Man,
yeah,
man.
I'm shocked myself.
Didn't even get to half the stuff. All right.
Yeah, we barely talked about it. We're going to have to do it on Tuesday. I got the Spectrum with... oh, no, we did Spectrum. Insider trading, which I think might be the story of the year.
So funny.
We'll do that on Tuesday. There's a lot to unpack there. And then I think... we got my weather modification bill clip that I definitely want to get to on Tuesday. I'm sure tomorrow I'll have plenty of chemtrailing and geoengineering to talk about, and my frustrations with the clouds will be...
Oh, yeah, we'll probably have to go Wednesday, not Tuesday.
Really? What do you got going on? You're a busy man?
Wednesday, finally taking the test.
All right. Hey. Oh, this guy.
Been a long time coming.
So we're doing Dude Man Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah.
All right. Nice. Hopefully you pass, and then you're on your way.
On my way.
That's right. I don't know what it means, but I think it'll be a good thing if you pass the test.
I feel like that South Park World of Warcraft episode?
Yes.
Where they get all fat and they've been playing for like months.
Yes, man.
They
yeah.
finally beat the guy and they're like, what do we do now? Now we can play the game.
Exactly. Yes.
That's what I feel like. Well, now I can plumb.
Nice, man. All right. Well, congratulations on getting to this point in time. Hopefully you get past it. And then we'll see everybody on Wednesday. I hope everyone has a great rest of your week. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And we will see you all in a couple days. DJ Rodfather dishing it out for us on the turntables.
Next
Something
on the
random.
shuffle.
All right, man. We're shuffling it. All right, folks.
It's great too.
Thanks for tuning in. Enjoying the good times, great oldies. We'll see you all next time. Great jam, a little sublime. I love it, man. All right,
Always
yeah.
I am sick and tired of your activities, of your cat, and your untruths with me. I'll call you tomorrow in your home. You can explain a lot of things to me because I'm sick and tired of your bullshit. Good night.
My place is not home. It don't make no difference, but I found that I need a place to stay. I never listen what the landlord man say. You should have seen all the flops in my house. We was jumping on walls and kicking ceilings. Nowadays people listen to me when I say, get out.
You're driving me fucking nuts over here, Chief. I gotta get rid of these fruitcakes.
Me and don't let go. It don't make no difference if they go home. Because